I don't know about you guys, but it's been a really heavy few days, few weeks for me. I've been crying a lot of emotional. It's been just emotionally intense lately. I was crying even this morning, just sobbing. And if you're watching this video, I think you might just be looking for confirmation that, yeah, I think a lot of people right now are grieving and mourning for various reasons. But I think the biggest reason is collectively, I think what we're experiencing is a grieving of old patterns that used to work very well and now they don't. Old patterns that have proven as of late to actually be destructive and constricting. And we're moving into a time of, I believe we're being called to a time of expansion and healing. And, the part that has been there for us, that has carried us through our life up until now, the people pleasing, the perfectionism, the being goodist, the learning how to contort ourselves and contort our desires and our needs to fit what other people wanted from us, or what we thought other people wanted from us, and what society has called or wanted from us. I think all of that, if the last few years has taught us anything, it's shown us that those patterns they do not work. The kicker is they did, but they simply don't anymore. And so I think that's why there's just such an upheaval in the air, and it brings about a lot of grief. So I just wanted to real quickly just make a video and just confirm, yeah, if this is how you're feeling, you're grieving, you're mourning, and it's not a time to contort ourselves and try to shove the feelings away. They're coming up because they want to move through you. They're done being shoved. I think we've dealt with generations and generations of these feelings being shoved down, pressed down, repressed, not acknowledged, being shunned away because they were seen as bad. We've been taught that. And it's now coming to a point where it's just, it can't anymore. And so there is a grieving process to it, because we're letting go of this very, very faithful part of ourselves, these patterns that are, that have carried us through our lives. And rather than changing it, rather than rejecting it, we have to get to a place where we can honor it, and we can love it, and we can respect it, and we can say thank you. This part of me, this people-pleasing part, this perfectionist part, this goodist part, this part that works so hard for other people, works so hard for this part that has worked so hard to carry others' needs, we thank it and we lay it to rest. We give it permission to lay and rest because it did its job. Now it can rest. And it's dying. And that's why this feels so horrible. And that's why there's so much grief. And that's why it's so sad, because that part is dying. But it needs to. But it needs to be let go respectfully and with honor and integrity, because it was only doing its best. And it was only it was only protecting. We can't be angry with that. We can't be bitter or resentful about that. But I think what happens is when we start feeling these uncomfortable feelings, we start feeling uncomfortable and bitter and frustrated and angry at it. But it's all that's all misplaced emotion, and that's a misplaced reaction, because we have learned to shun ourselves, quiet ourselves, and fight ourselves our whole lives. But yeah, just these are just my thoughts. Probably doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like I'm rambling and just saying whatever, but it has been quite an emotional time. And I just wanted to, if you're also experiencing an emotional time, I just want to say, hey, I'm there with you. And we're going through a big change. You're going through a huge change. And there is a way to do it elegantly and respectfully. So that's my friendly reminder to you. So yeah, it's been quite heavy. And so I told my husband, hey, let's just go get outside. Let's go see some animals. So we just came down to a local farm. And we're just walking around in the nature and looking at all of the livestock and just getting grounded again. As all of these big energies and these big feelings and old emotions and everything's coming up to the surface. So what we do is we respect it, we rest, we honor it, we honor this process, we stay grounded. So with that, I leave you guys with a bunch of cute animals. Take care of yourselves. Okay.